Daddy Pig, Peppa and George were all at the house. Peppa and George were playing upstairs. They loved playing upstairs together. And Daddy Pig was expecting a special guest. Who could this special guest be? It's Sportacus, and he's got a Kinder Surprise egg for Peppa and George. So Sportacus says, "Hey Daddy Pig, how are you? I'm really excited to be at your house today. Do you mind if I just sit by you? I've had a long walk and carrying that Kinder Surprise egg is really heavy work." So Sportacus said, "Shall we call Peppa and George down so they can open the Kinder Surprise egg?" Daddy Pig said, "Great idea, Sportacus." So Daddy Pig calls Peppa and George, shouting up, "George, Peppa, someone's here to see you." So George comes down and said, "Wow, it's Sportacus." And he goes and sits next to him on the sofa. So Peppa comes down and said, "Wow, when did you come, Sportacus? And is this Kinder Surprise egg for us?" Sportacus said, "Yeah, I bought it for you and George. So shall we open it?" So with a helping hand, we'll open the Kinder Surprise egg that Sportacus has bought for Peppa and George. "Loads of chocolate," said Sportacus. "Are you going to share it with me?" So let's see what we got. Wow, look at that. I think it's a bike. "Shall we build it?" said Sportacus. So after a helping hand, Peppa, George and Sportacus and Daddy Pig can see what the Kinder Surprise egg held, which is a really nice bike. "Who's going to have the bike, Peppa or George?" said Sportacus. And Peppa said, "I think we'll share it." So Sportacus gets up from the sofa and says, "Right guys, I have to go now. I've got people to save. And I got to keep an eye on Lazy Town. But I'll definitely see you again soon." So Peppa, George and Daddy Pig all said, "Bye, Sportacus." So Peppa and George are really happy that they managed to get a Kinder Surprise egg from a special guest. "Don't forget to subscribe," said Peppa.